Welcome to Your Anime Senpais. I'm John, and today I'm going to be watching and reacting to Fate Zero, episode number 8. And let's just briefly go over the last episode. I know it's been a while since I did a reaction for this series, and I apologize for that. Some life things came up, but we're going to keep the recap short. Basically, I want to say that in episode 7, what was it? Pants stood between Ryder and World Conquest. And it looks like Castor's shown up, and hopefully in episode 8 we're going to get him taken out, because he's shown up looking like he's going to do some pretty messed up things with some kids. I think he already has, if I remember correctly. And yeah, let's just get right into that episode reaction. She's acting a little off about this. I don't know really what's going on. The human heart. Is she not human? Or is she just saying that? Well, once again, funny that we're bringing guns to a magic fight. Unless you have a magic gun. Which this one does seem to have. They made a, okay. As I say, I made a big deal about this gun. So I kind of wondered if it cut through magic. And then we'll go back to machine gun mode. Why can he not have more of those bullets? He lowered his guard? But it went through it, I thought. That's right, tear up his house. People be blowing up buildings, destroying houses. If I were fighting someone with magic, yeah, I wouldn't trust anything. He just blocked bullets with his body. How does that work? Oh. Oh. Run! This may surprise you. Well, that's good. What is his true objective? Ah, interesting. Oh, that's cool looking. Is that all magic string? Of course, he easily dodged. Ah. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. Now he's just gonna use both fists to punch her. Oh, is it gonna cut off her hand? Or is she gonna cut off his hands? Just kind of tighten the the strings. Is he? Wait, what? What's going on? What's going on? Is he pushing into the wood? What is going on right now? Okay. He just... Alright. Just kind of shrugged it off. She's got nothing left. Wow. What, was that your only attack? Ooh, we're back to this. Sounds like true love to me. Hmm. And now run on the air? Okay. I guess if he does, what is it, the curse damage one? Did he hit the book? Well. Oh. Interesting. I figured they would have to remove it from him, but I guess if they just damage his noble phantasm. Okay. Is that permanently disable until he dies? Is that what that means? Heretic. Oh, don't make him mad. He looks even worse. He can sense it. Okay. Well, obviously, you have to go. How noble. Even if your masters can't be honorable and noble, we will be. I like it. I'm not for sure if I follow exactly what that means. I might have to rewatch that later to kind of take that all in. But it sounds bad. But I get he only has like 64 bullets. Or whatever it was. Hmm. Well, he tried to end it. That's interesting. That's one way to end the fight, though, is to have the masters, I guess, fight each other. Oh, and then now we're back here. Ooh. Is that death? What does that mean? Of their own will? Really? He's just gonna run away? He can't like teleport or something? Yeah, I think she's doing a little bit better than you. Surely they have some kind of magic that brings her back? Unless it helps the plot that she dies? Or what? Or she's fine. Oh, the scabbard from the first episode. Inside you? Alright guys, that was episode 8. Let's go over and talk about it. A lot of things I have questions about, as you know. So, we start off with Maya and Irie together, kind of fleeing from the mansion, the house, whatever. I did wonder, can Irie detect other servants? I mean, I guess that is something she can do, but can she detect just anybody, or is it just servants? I guess it's maybe more specifically what I'm interested in possibly knowing. That's just one question I think I had as far as that goes. Another one, and sorry, these are just going to be rapid fire questions to a degree, but Kotomine poses the biggest threat to Kiritsugu. How? Has that been discussed? Will they discuss it? I don't know yet. That's a bit of news that I do not understand. Irie saying that the human heart is a funny thing. Well, later on in the episode we talked about how she's a homunculus. I can't remember if that was talked about before. I kind of feel like maybe it was, but I don't remember for sure. It's also kind of funny. I wonder how much that affects her personality, being a homunculus. But anyway, back to the fight with Kiritsugu and Kaneth. So, in the last episode, we ended with the special gun, which, it's been hinted at that it's going to be amazing. It's going to be the I win thing, gun, whatever. So, we're going to see it in action. So, we're unloading with the machine gun. That's not working. So, it's not the gun. It is actually the bullet inside the gun. It's not... Which, to be fair, yeah. So, why not use more of these special bullets? Well, it's explained later, I guess, in a flashback is what all I can assume that was. I guess, No, we'll get to it later. I did rewatch it and went through that whole flashback thing, so we'll talk about that in order if I can keep it in order. So, my thought was, why not use more? Obviously, later we learn out he has a limited number. Kaneth said his trickery made me lower my guard. I'm still thinking it was just the bullet went through his magic. I don't really see where he could have defended any faster. I know the second time he twirled magic around it to kind of like, I guess, get out of the way. I don't... Anyway, that was a question I think I did have. I don't think this flashback really explained that either. Would magic / mana stop his bullet? Like, actually, like, stop it. I know if it hits a mage, it rewires them or cuts them cuts their magic circuits and then rewires them, but if it hits their magic, does it go through the magic or does it rewire the magic? I don't know. That's kind of a weird one. So anyway, we cut back to outside. Kotomine is coming after Irie, or actually Maya. Kotomine blocked those bullets with his body. Is he able to make a shield? Is he bulletproof? What was that? I don't... Somebody help me with that. I don't understand that. So... Irie summoned the string bird, which is kind of cool. I don't think we've ever really seen her do much more than just kind of basic support magic, which, is about all we've really seen of her. Maybe just standing. I think she's really been the only master to actually stand in a battle. I guess I've not really had too many formal battles yet, but yeah. Also, Kotomine, how did he escape that tree? I get that he broke the tree and he eventually snapped the string, but what was the thumping? What was all that? I don't know. I'm not following fully. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. I'm trying to deep dive into all this because the Fate fans have really led me to believe there's all these extra things. So I'm trying to deep dive into this, and maybe I'm looking for something that's not there. Just help me out. Am I just overanalyzing that? Is it just basic magic? He broke the tree, just overpowered it, broke the string somehow because he had a little extra wiggle room. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Anyway, Saber and Lancer back versus Caster. We're back to the tentacle fight. And crazy Caster, I'm going to be so glad. Once again, he got away, but once again, I honestly was hoping this was going to be his last appearance in the series, but we're going to hold out a little bit longer, I guess. Another episode, Caster. Whatever. So, Saber poses an all-or-nothing gamble where, she was like, run on the wind, ride on the wind, something like that. But she creates like an air tunnel of damage, just an air tunnel of attack. And Lancer's able to run down through it and hits his Noble Phantasm with his curse damage spear and disable all the tentacles, all the magic, things like that. So by doing that, Caster runs off, which, yeah, he was gonna. If he wasn't going to die, he was just going to run off. So, fair enough. We are seeing that Kenneth is destroying more of the house. And, here he actually avoids the bullet the second time. I don't know if that means he was able to... well, actually, now that I think about it, I'm reading my notes in order, but... maybe he didn't avoid that bullet. He swirled the magic around it, but in the end, it got him. So I think I just answered my own question. So he didn't avoid it. It did actually go kind of through it and hit him. And then we're going to cut to different parts of that. So let's kind of keep going in order. Caster ran off. So the fight between them all ended. Lancer now can sense that his master's in danger, and they, Saber and Lancer are having this conversation. It's probably my master that's doing it, so you need to go and take care of him. Which, like I said, when I was watching it, it's very honorable, very chivalrous. I think that's pretty cool. So let's talk about, I guess it's a flashback. I don't know what point in time it is just yet, or if it was like when he was really young. Kind of looks like when he was really young, like a kid almost, or something. But it talks about the origin shot, I guess is what they're going to call it. And his bullets can cut magic circuits and then haphazardly tie them back together. They also said that his origin will manifest in anything that he shoots. So whenever he shoots someone, it cuts their magic circuits, if I'm understanding this correctly, and then rewires them in some kind of crazy way. So it's just like if you were to, as an example, if you were to fire it at a house, it would cut the wiring, the electrical wiring, and then rewire it all crazy so that if you flipped a light switch, I don't know, something else in the house would turn on. It's kind of like maybe what I'm thinking. If you go to move your hand, maybe your leg will move, as far as like electrical paths in your brain. Is that maybe what's going to be happening here? Is Kenneth like really bad off? Is he going to be bad off after this? Because he wasn't doing too good at the end. He looked like he was near death, but is he going to be able to survive this and then be really bad off? That's I'm kind of wondering about that. So we go to the flashback. We find out he only does have 66 rounds, which I mentioned earlier. He only has so many, so he can't just be like, filling them in his machine gun, just letting them go and stopping everybody. Of course, there has to be a limit, which, if I remember correctly, I didn't write it down. They ground up part of his ribs? What? So, somebody was doing surgery on him? Somebody knocked him out and made these special bullets out of him and woke him up and was like, hey, by the way, while you were taking a nap, I made a present for you. I hope they explained that. Just saying. But anyway, so Lancer shows up. He spares Kiritsugu and saves his master, and they leave. We're going back outside. Assassin warns Kotomine that Saber is coming while he is kind of finishing off Maya and Irie outside after he escaped from the string bird and things like that. So he tries to kill Irie, which was surprising. I didn't think he'd go that far to stab her like that. He made the comment about her blood being red. Should it have been a different color? Is that a thing? Because of the homunculus thing. And also he made the comment about how, or why would they, or well, talks about. So my question is, why would they not have the will or have the free will to fight against Kotomine? Because he talked about it was surprising that they were able to fight against him of their own free will. Is that also another thing, that because Kotomine is the master, or Kiritsugu is the master, that he wouldn't, unless he had given them permission, they couldn't have acted? Is that maybe what it's insinuating? I don't know. But anyway, so Irie's stabbed pretty bad, but now she's fine. No problems. But we found out the caveat for that is in the flashback from the first episode, where they kind of talked about the scabbard and things like that, and how they were going to use it to be summoning Arthur. So the scabbard is now inside of Irie as a conceptual armament. How? That was a big scabbard. So did it like shrink down? Is it like magically like implemented into her? That's interesting. I'll just leave it at that. That's a fate thing. They did that. So thinking back during the rewatch, while I was kind of rewatching it with myself as I normally do now, so I think it was the transition from Irie having the scabbard in her and it healing her that I was kind of a little confused as to why that would give her also the power to heal Maya. And I was like, well, why does the scabbard just give her the ability now to just heal everybody? But thinking about it, Irie does have support magic. She has healed Saber in the past, so it does make sense that since Maya's injuries were not as bad, that she could just heal her with her support magic. That was just a brain fart on my part, just to kind of clarify that. I might not even leave that in the YouTube version of the reaction, honestly, just because it was kind of funny rewatching it and looking at myself, going, "You should have known this. She has healed before." But anyway, that's all that happened in episode 8. So, what do you think about the reaction? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Subscribe to our channel if you would. Really appreciate that support. And do us a favor, down below, we do have links to our Patreon. We would also really appreciate that support. And sorry this ending is just so erratic and off the normal, but it's been a little while since I've done one of these. It's been a few weeks. So anyway, I look forward to episode 9 and where this is going to keep going. I'll try to get that out a little faster than it has in the past. I think there's been a couple week break now, if I remember correctly, as far as these coming out. More so for the Patreon people, because the Patreon people get these right away as soon as I'm done with them. YouTube, well, you're waiting a little extra time. It takes a little time extra to edit them down. So with that being said, thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode.